possible. It's not Neteru possible. It's not Ennead possible. It's not Obdad possible. It's not the Sacred Seven possible. It's not fucking possible for a man to precede the woman. It can't happen. It can't happen. The woman got everything the man got and everything the woman got, but the man only got what the fucking man got. Come on, people. Do your math. It's just a simple math problem. Women have 4 X chromosomes. Men have 3 X's and a mutated one. What the fuck just happened? Go look at that motherfucker under the microscope and you're going to see all it is a tiny X. That means something was taken from one of the X's. What was taken? So now I'm going to put it into terms of a video game so you can understand what was taken. On the video game, you got a joystick, right? And the joystick controls what activity takes place inside the game from the external point, right? Now, the joystick is the controller for the game. On Earth, in this reality, in this creation, mitochondria is the joystick for this life. You experience your love through mitochondrial sending a signal, a compatibility signal through your DNA. It causes you to produce several brain chemicals neurologically. You get neuroepinephrine, you get dopamine, and I forgot the other one. But you can look them up. It's the biochemical response of love. What the fuck is all this shit I'm talking about? This is some simple ass shit. You said you was in love before with somebody and you chased that motherfucker to your own destruction. Do you know what love is, really? Do you really know what that shit is? Do you know how it works? What the mechanics of love is? How to control that shit? If you a man, you can't control mitochondria. Your joystick is gone. It's gone. If you a man, you cannot control mitochondria. But that shit will wake your ass up to be a man like you ain't never thought you could be. To attain a status. Colorado was picked because Colorado was, it had a lot of caves and desert terrain in Colorado. And so they went into, it's not necessarily Colorado, it's just the southwestern United States where they have various different interests. The American Dispatch is in Colorado. And it's because they was able to find a deep enough bunker that if they put a thick enough entrance there, it can withstand an atomic blast. That's why, Colorado. Oh man, I'm glad somebody know what I'm talking about. Yep. Okay. So it worked like this for where they put their caves or caverns. They don't just put them where they want them. They put them where there's already access. The access is already here by the structure of the planet being porous. So if you pick up a volcano rock and break it, you see got all these holes in it. That's like similar to the Earth, but on a larger scale. And they find these holes and they set up camp in them. And that's what the part is. Yep, Revelations, open the book of self. You own it, Daryl. Yoga is excellent, especially for women. And women are you don't have to be a ballet dancer to practice ballet. Ballet was originally designed in Atlantis. And the women of Atlantis designed ballet to train the feminine to express itself gracefully in real time. So all of the exercises that the ballet dancer does is to enhance the feminine. That's why so many ballet dancing males become feminine and turn homosexual. They wouldn't have never turned homosexual if these people wouldn't have came. Well, I don't even want to call them people. These things wouldn't have came here fucking with the psychology, because then they would have just awakened their divine feminine with their divine masculine at the same time and became what you call perfectly balanced. And they would have been the best mate for a woman. But because when they take the pursuit of the dance and the arts, the system is designed to suppress the masculine in that area. Suppress the masculine and promote the feminine, and then the man be confused as of his gender. I'm a goddamn man. I could sing, rap, dance in just one show. I don't got nothing feminine about me, but I'm totally and utterly consumed by the divine feminine. I'm a goddamn man. I will beat a nigga ass. And I don't care if you like it or don't like it, agree or disagree. I will beat a nigga ass about this motherfucking real shit. But at the same time, if he don't deserve his ass beat, I'm not gonna beat him. Yep. This is right now one of the best times in the history of the world to be alive, because y'all about to see some truly awe-inspiring things to the good. We done seen enough misery and suffering. I've been asking this question for years. When the fuck we gonna see something that make it worth being here? And why is all these goddamn humans so content with this shit? I couldn't figure it out. Like, why is there so many people that think this shit normal? It don't feel normal to me. This is all I ever knew, and it don't feel right to me. Then I started seeing shit. And so, 11:10, 10:11, new birth right here. Signing off. I'm going to do some invites to get warmed up for this. Flipping masters in real time. But I'm going to tell y'all how it worked, how it was used to hold us back, and how I was able to figure out the code through studying various fields of study to get us out of this predicament we was in. It required all of the royal families of ancient times that you read about in the legends, like the Norse kings, the Vaya kings of the seas, which were Norsemen and Templars who traversed the what they called the seven seas. But all of those were a combination of symbols and signs for those who understand how to read the signs correctly. Now, in the Catholic Bible, it's 14 books between Malachi and Matthew in the New Testament and the Old Testament. One of them is called the Wisdom of Sirach, right? And the Wisdom of Sirach has 3 questions that only the wise man would understand the formula to how to answer them. But they're also part of the rules to break free from the oppression. Those questions is, how do you bring back a day that's already gone? Celestial backflip. Sun Wukong. Answer. How do you weigh a bushel of wind? You measure the bushel of wind by the amount of force, G-force pressure of the wind, and the amount of space that it covers. 1 bushel should be the equivalent of 1 square unit of air, a bushel of air, right? This is all, that is a cube. A bushel of air must be measured within a cube in order to make it into a bushel. And the last question was, how do you weigh a pound of fire? Well, first you need to know what fire is. Fire is a 3-part component. If any one of these components are missing, Thanks, Fair Karen. You don't have a fire. Okay, so it go like this. You need a fuel source that will have a definite weight. The amount of combustion and acceleration will determine how long um, the fire will burn. So you weigh a pound of fire by measuring the difference in the weight of the pre-consumed combustible material after oxidation. You balance it out to the waste product remaining, what you call the carbon ash. Then you divide it by 2, and then you will determine how to weigh a pound of fire. You need to run that measurement back in a multiplication formula until you come up to a total of a pound worth of divided matter. So now those 3 questions being answered, y'all can have y'all physicists and shit go do the math. They'll tell you shit right. How does fucking motherfucker know that? And he couldn't even get out of goddamn intermediate education in our system. He can't possibly know how to do this shit. The bygone day is the mirror effect that they use to predict future events. If you don't know how to use the mirror to see the day that going by come up as a future event, because it's staring at the world through your rear view, Tupac Amaru Shakur. Thank you. And so the masters have to wake each other up and line the mirrors all up. And then you got to have somebody to wake up another master to read what the other masters has laid out in the program. So it's a system of recycled knocks and bumps. So the Illuminati, as they call themselves, the cabal, as the ace in the hole Donald Trump called him, Donald the Duck, that's my boy, because in my book of life, I had to watch for the duck. Donald the Duck was mirrored Howard the Duck. Understand? So I know that Howard the Duck walked on his own beat, so therefore Donald Trump must walk to his own beat. Donald Trump need to be conditioned. Enter Vince McMahon. Monday Night Wars. Vince McMahon and Ted Turner were in the bid to show me what was playing out by the cabal behind the scenes, using wrestling, my favorite form of entertainment, as the mirrors that I would look in to see what was going on behind the scenes. So as I watched the New World Order form in WCW, I seen the Generation X rising in the WWE. Now they both gave me a knock to let me know, hey, we over here, pay attention. See, they had these 2 dudes called skyscrapers in WCW, Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, which was end up being Mark Callum and Dan Spivey. Mirror effect. Mark Callum became known as the Undertaker in WWE, but he was the dead man. So something happened. One of the skyscrapers was down. Skyscraper fell into the dismal abyss. But that would have had to been the one that had no excuse to fall. That would have been building number 7. So in WWE, they had something called the Twin Towers. And they eventually came to ruin. So both of them is telling me to watch for a double tower event. But this is a mirror, because you got the 2 towers. So while I'm reading, right, I'm exposing all of their secrets. So this is to be a good time to share. So when I get done sharing with people, I'm going to be sharing this with the groups next, which is where I'm going with it now. No, I don't want that. How do I share it to the group? Okay, if any of y'all in groups, y'all should share the groups because I can't do it. They won't let me. I'm done sharing. So, when I started first realizing what I was doing, I was about maybe 25 years old. That's irony because my father gave me his 25th anniversary UAW ring when he initiated me into the auto workers. So that becomes something for me to look at. So those are sevens. 2 and 5 is 7. That's 2 sevens. That's the mirror. My father telling me that something is going to mirror something else. What is he telling me? So I'm looking at what is he telling me, but my brother-in-law is giving me entry into General Motors. Yep. It goes into hip-hop too. You're going to see how it's all weaved together. Right? I'm finna weed them out so you can see how we had to work together using a system. And I had to learn how to do it all by myself. But I had to watch all the masters. I had to listen for the masters. And I had to try to see them with the eye. But I didn't have any frame of reference. Higgs boson, the God particle. If you don't have a frame of reference, you automatically lost. You automatically lost. So your first step in becoming a God is to have a frame of reference. The frame of reference, like which way is up? If you go up, you go to the moon, right? But if you're on the moon and you go up, where do you go? Deeper into the moon? Or on the other side of the moon? Or will it matter? How do you determine which way is up when you're on a ball? You see, nobody sit to contemplate the question because it's taken for granted. Everything is exactly what it looked like, but it doesn't mean that. You don't have a frame of reference. You don't know which way is up. Therefore, you don't know which way is down. As above, so below. So if you can't read the stars, you can't read the events going on the ground. Therefore, you can't bring back the day that's already gone because you are living in confusion. That's Phyllis Hyman, Living in Confusion. One of her best works. I like Living All Alone. She did everything on her own terms. Old Blue Eyes, did it my way. Jigga, Jay-Z, repeat. Mirror Effect, Beyonce, Whirlwind, Bonnie and Clyde, Tupac, Reflected. This how they talk. Tupac, Reflected by Jay-Z. Master, Top of the Game, Wait a Minute, Tupac, Unseen, Jay-Z, Seen. Mirror Effect, Jay-Z, Living, same but different. Tupac, Living, Unseen. Jay-Z, Living, Seen. Reflection, Tupac, Not Dead. Doesn't compute. Tupac, Alive. I Live, Alive. I Live. Aleph, A-Tone. The Sisters, 50 Sisters. Reflected, 50 Niggas. Tupac, Alive. Doesn't compute. Tupac, Not Dead. Gets deeper than that because you got to understand the energy flow that the stars have on the planet. When you understand the energy flow of the stars and how the people around you with their zodiac sign mimic the energy field of the stars touching Earth, then you'll know how they was using all of these things that they had in our eyes to keep us dumb. First, they had to slow the brain down as a child. And so, when we look at Tupac, we see a globetrotter, a Harlem globetrotter. Wait a minute. Who from Harlem? Harlem World. Mace. Murder Mace. Killer Cam. Reflection. Mirror. Diplomat. Untouchable. Scarface. Rap-A-Lot. Associate. Suge Knight. Affiliate. Death Row. Tupac. Scarface. Smile. Reflection. Mirror. Death Row Fall. Rap a lot. Rise. Rap a lot. Flipping Masters. Larry Hoover. The world is a ghetto. Your ghetto ain't no harder than mine. Willie D. Will I D. D. The great defender. The disciple. The gangster disciple. The black gangster disciple. Nation. Larry Hoover. Flip 1. Stone the Builder rejected. 20 Mo. What happened to the 21st Blick? Larry Flip.